Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the VFX Nomads podcast. We're joined by the regular crew. We got Josh, Adrian, myself, and G. I'm wearing a scarf today because I got a little surgery, mole removal on my neck. So besides a bandage that might look a bit funny, I'm just going to look a bit more European today. Since the last time that we had an episode, we guess we had Christmas break. Everybody was doing their own thing. I went to go see Adrian in Spain. That was pretty cool. I got to see the AP home, which was pretty cool. It was literally like the Ex Machina house, which was awesome.
You said he scanned your iris, right, to get in or something, Tony?
Yeah. No, it just it biometric me and then opened the door because I was a friend. So.
Was there a lady robot?
There was a robo vacuum, an advanced vacuum. But he does live like really on the edge of the mountains, which was really cool. And we were going semi-parkour, although I'm not very good at parkour, so it was baby parkour, I guess. So yeah, thank you, Adrian, for having me over. It was really cool, and your place is awesome. So it was welcome.
Great to meet you here. I hope we can do a podcast episode at some time. Like,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Tony, you did say you had to pay for it, right? By doing like 20 or 30 tech checks, did you say? That's how you paid for it.
Yeah, I jumped on the box a little bit. Some shots. Yeah, it was really cool. Adrian showed me a different side of Madrid, which was really cool. It's kind of on the outskirts, so it's I've never seen that part of Madrid before. Really cool. G, you said you went to Hokkaido?
I went to Vietnam and Cambodia during the Christmas break.
No way.
God.
Yeah, very different world from.
You saw
Japan.
Angkor Wat, right?
I saw Angkor Wat.
Sick. Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, it's unreal, man. Did you go there in your Southeast Asia
I was
travels?
there. I was there for like 10 days or something like that. Because you can't see it all in one day. So I kept going back. It was really fun. It was a magical place, definitely.
Yeah, we rented these like electric bikes, and they gave us access to like things that you can't really see unless you have one, like something between a road, but it's not quite a hiking trail, but it's too far to be a hiking trail. So like these like forest paths that you just kind of scoot on through.
Yeah.
And then like just miles and miles, you just end up, and then it opens up, and there's just temple and vines and crazy stuff, monkeys in between.
It is impressive that stuff exists and that it was built by human beings and it wasn't even that long ago. You know, it was like 1200 or something. It looks ancient. It looks like it's thousands of years before like BC or something. But yeah, it's if you guys ever get a chance to go to like Cambodia, Angkor Wat, Siem Reap is the city that's nearby.
It makes you think about a lot of the like dramatizations. Just they've kind of been sticking to certain themes like Europe over and over, Vikings, this and that. But you have these other really interesting ancient civilizations like Angkor Wat that had irrigation and stuff before a lot of other civilizations did.
Yeah, it's really funny you say that because I didn't know anything about it. Like I basically bought like a Lonely Planet book, and I was flipping through like where should I visit in Southeast Asia during my trip, and like in a whole world opens up of like what is this like culture that's ancient, and you start researching it, and I just wonder how many more of those are out there that I don't know about, like that are just existing. It's a whole world out there that's unexplored.
Yeah, for sure.
Josh, did you go on an Indiana Jones adventure?
In the UK, not quite. I started doing bouldering, which is pretty good. So that's been pretty fun.
Nice, man.
Using my height to cheat everything, basically. Exactly. I made the arms of like a stick insect, but I'm tall, so I can kind of cheat my way through the whole thing. So yeah.
How was Hokkaido anyway?
Huh?
That's most times anyway. Like there's like that small percentage of stuff that it's meant for smaller people, and then it's like you're really fucked on those.
The problem I got as well is like I used to play a lot of tennis, and like so my right arm is a lot stronger than my left arm. So I just generally I'm trying to pull myself with this one, and this arm's just like loose at the bottom. So yeah, exactly. So I definitely need to like even up a little bit. But no, it's been nice trying to get better at something that isn't VFX. So
yeah. Speaking of new worlds and better, like Adrian was introducing me to the world of paddle. He was showing me paddle videos, and I feel, Josh, I feel like that would be right up your alley. It's more about like triangulating.
Oh, paddle's just shit tennis, right? Isn't that what it is?
It's mathematical tennis. It's tennis for math geniuses.
I forgot
you use like a wall, right?
Yeah. It's like squash.
There's like walls everywhere, but not just walls. Also like fences. I'm not sure what's the name. Something that like if the wall the ball hits that, then it just goes in any random direction. So there's like so much strategy going on. It's like tennis with maybe less. In tennis, if you're like very strong and very fast, that's like a very huge thing in your favor. In paddle, that's just one more variable. But then
can you put spin on it? Because in squash you can't put spin like.
In paddle you can put quite a lot of spin. so there's so many variables, man. What direction the ball is spinning, and what wall is it hitting, and what's the position of your colleague and the opponent, and so there's like so many things that, of course, you cannot think of all of that live. So you have to like slowly integrate all of those things into your muscle memory. So it's like such a long-term thing to improve.
Wow. The next step is that it's a rotating room.
Zero gravity.
Space station paddle.
I have heard though it's like really fun for beginners as well, as opposed to like other sports where you like the learning curve, it doesn't quite get fun until you gain some proficiency. I've heard paddle is just like fun right off the gate.
Yep.
Definitely looked at. Adrian, you said something like tennis has a limitation of like how like it's at a certain point it's just how physical you are, and then paddle is more like, okay, now you can start thinking about tricks and like trajectories and other
tricks.
things.
I don't want to like oversimplify it too much, but I would say that physics is like a very large component of winning a tennis game, and like myself, I'm pretty tall. I was playing tennis like 7 days a week for like 15 years. I was like very serious into it, and still like something like got me in paddle that is like resonates a lot more with my way of like enjoying sports. So now I'm mostly just doing like bouldering and paddle, those two things, and I think they're pretty complementary. And so much like brain stuff going on. It's super cool.
Do you find it easier to focus at work having like these things in your life, if that makes sense? Because I really find like if I'm doing something like that, then it's way easier because you kind of you can't think of anything else while doing it.
Exactly.
Whereas if you're just in the house, it's like, oh god, I'm still kind of like roughly thinking about this thing.
Yeah. So I guess like if you do like running or swimming or stuff like that, that like still gives you some brain bandwidth to think about your stuff. Not here or not climbing. Like you have to be super focused because there's so many variables you have to like. Yeah. So. And you're like under tension, especially when you're climbing because you can fall anytime. When you're playing paddle because you just cannot have any more neurons free. So it's like, and under tension because it's like a match, so you have to like win the game. So there's like so much pressure actually. It's pretty fun.
I have a very similar experience with Muay Thai.
Yeah, I was going to say, how's that? I mean, when you're getting hit, I'd imagine it's pretty hard to think of anything else, right?
That's very true. That's where the you rely on like the body instincts to take over, because unless you're Adrian, you can't just come up with these like calculating variables on the fly. Although I swear some people do.
Adrian's just like Neo in the Matrix. He's just like bending back as well.
But no, the amount of variables does make it really interesting, because you never, like, I think as you get in the beginning stages, it's just like you're just focused on either attack or block. And then as you kind of progress, it's like, do I feint in this moment, or do I attack, or do I feint then attack? Or in the middle of my attack, do I throw a feint? If they don't react, I do this. If they do react, I do that. Variables on top of variables, as Adrian would say.
Yep.
And at that point, you're not using your brain. You're just using muscle memory of what's happened previously, right? It's like, because you can't. And like, to a certain extent, if something happens, you're kind of just, I don't know, it's all just instincts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'd imagine anyway.
That's when there's an exchange, but there's also, I think the part that's not as talked about is everything that happens in between the exchanges. So when I say an exchange, I mean somebody's either attacking or defending. But the moments in between are the kind of the boring parts from a spectator point of view. But when you're in the moment, it's just you and the other person trying to attach fish hooks to them. Yeah, and you're just like puppet strings, and you're just seeing how they react and vice versa.
Dude, the mental game of all this stuff was always my favorite, man. in like tennis, when you were playing doubles and we used to play competitive doubles, you just smash a ball at the guy at the net. You weren't trying to win the point, but you're just trying to scare him a bit. Yep. And then he's second guessing himself every single time you're about to hit a ball. It's like so the mental game of this stuff was always one of my favorite bits. It was,
I inherited the smash technique from tennis, so I'm pretty good at smashing. So whenever I play paddle, the first thing I try to do for the first like few games, like 10 minutes or something, I try to smash the hell out of everything, and then they say like that guy smashes well, so let's not play there, and then they are super limited from the beginning, even if my smashes were like very bad, but they are now scared. So
psychological game.
There's so much stuff there.
A smash is when you just hit the ball really hard at him.
Yeah. So like,
it's overhand. But I mean, we used to do forehand. You just whack it with a forehand or something. But at the guy at the net, basically, as hard as you possibly can, just to put him off a bit.
And in paddle, you have to be like especially strong if you want it to like, because it will bounce on the wall, and if it's not like fast enough, then the other ones will catch it, and you're very fucked. so
mental game.
Yeah.
Are you playing every day, Adrian, or is it a few times a week?
Pretty much every day. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's lots of
How have you got time for all of this stuff? Out of interest, do you schedule it? Like, how do you do? Do you have like a non-negotiable? Right, no matter how like crazy work is, I need an hour for this, or like how do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, when I had like that crazy overtime, of course, that was reduced a bit, but that's not the usual. So it's like right now, I guess my number one priority is health, and health starts with sleep, then sports, then like and food. Those three things, and those are like non-negotiables right now. So
hell yeah.
Also, I had some like back problems at the start of the year. I could not like walk or sit down or sleep even, and lots of ChatGPT and lots of patience helped me slowly recover. And now I'm like symptomless. Let's say I have 2 hernias and I can like do all sports and stuff. And a big part of that was like I'm right now in a knee chair that you're like balancing off your knees and stuff. Sometimes I change to this one, and I was like walking outside like for 5 minutes every hour, stuff like that. Yeah, so many things.
That wasn't
really
Adrian
helps.
pulling it, by the way. That was the chair coming on cue and then robotically returned.
That was this robot vacuum.
That's sick, though, dude. I think you see a lot. Oh yeah, you go.
Sorry, speaking of the food, I got to try the famous AP cheesecake that Adrian's been working on.
Did it have the logo in it?
The box had the logo on it. It was fucking awesome. But it was best cheesecake I've ever had, for sure, definitely. And
my god,
he said, I don't know if it's a spoiler. Adrian, sorry if I'm spoiling your cheesecake, but he said he had made a cheesecake every week for 20 weeks until it was perfect. And so he kind of like was trying to get this recipe down. He's like, fixing every bit every time. And I got to say the end result or near the end result, I don't know if it's finished yet as a final result, but it was very tasty. Very, very good.
I guess it's finished enough that I could focus on the packaging now. So
yeah, the presentation was a chef's kiss. It was definitely very good. Yeah.
All right, Tony, you got to try and segue this into some VFX related stuff now. Go on. How do you go from cheesecake to VFX?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're
gonna slice of cheese.
let's move into G's adventures with both outside of work projects and work weird experiences. That's something that I want to ask you about.
Let's see.
Have you been doing any type of things in another dimension that we?
How subtle can the hints be? Maybe, G, you know how compers work in 2D, G? Have you ever done any 3D things in your life?
Have you added an extra dimension to
You
your
know how
comp
the
work?
average printer prints on one plane, 2 planes.
Hey, we got it. Yeah, you've been 3D printing the crap out of everything, man. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's been great. Everything from figurines to wall art to my Christmas tree.
Wow. So what got you into that? Like, what made you think, I'm going to pick one up and start doing it? Or
I think it was like an Amazon ad. Damn it. They got me again.
they got you. They got you. Jeff Bezos got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, because I got a 3D printer as well. And like, it made me really annoyed that I'm not like a zebra sculptor or something like that. Because it's like, in comp, it's like, okay, I can't really get the most out of this thing. It's...
Yeah. I think what really made me pull the trigger is realizing, do you know what displate is?
Yeah, that's the like printed posters on metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look really sick, right?
Yeah,
and
I
I
got one,
realized
actually.
that you have one.
Yeah.
They can also be like plastic, and they can also be translucent. And those can be made with 3D printers. And actually, much easier and faster compared
Isn't there
to like
a
doing
size
figurine.
limitation, or do you have to print it in like quadrants or something, or and then?
There would be, yeah. Like I think I can turn the. No, I can't. My room's too messy. But I could show you mine. It's like that,
pretty
which
big.
I think would be a pretty big poster.
Yeah,
Is
and
it
you were able to
bamboo?
print that in one go. Or you were able
Yeah.
to like, oh wow, okay,
I could, yeah. So far, I've just done like cute little bookmarks and stuff, but
yeah,
and then things like, one of my the reason I'm in Japan actually, or what got me my foot in the door was working on Pacific Rim and making a friend with the now owner of Megalith, and we worked on scenes with the main robot Gypsy Danger together. So we made this little.
Wow.
Nice.
And on the
so
back
cool.
it says ILM 2012.
oh man, that's cool.
That's sick, man. Very cool. I mean, it's crazy because like Leica are using all this stuff as well. They've been using it for a while. Like
Have they?
Aardman and Leica. Yeah, so they get animate. I've actually got. Maybe I don't know if I'm allowed to show this, but I knew a friend of mine at Leica who actually gave me one of the heads from Leica.
Whoa.
So can you see the magnets on the back? So what they do is they get animators to animate the face in 3D, and then they'll print that off afterwards, basically, and then they just attach the like the bottom
wow.
half of the face or something, which is pretty cool. So yeah, they've been using that for a while. So there's a ton of
Yeah,
cool
that's
stuff
a
you can do.
beautiful like combination of old techniques, stop motion with new techniques of 3D print. It's amazing. Yeah,
It's I think anytime you can just have an idea and try to immortalize it in not just in a digital version that you look at through a screen, but just having it in hand, it's a good idea. We've been trying to maybe make some like similar design as like a Funko Pop, but like a characterized version of specific events. For example, the day my wife and I got married, there's this photo of us standing next to each other in our like our wedding attire. And I've been trying to make a Funko Pop. Damn it. A similarly designed
A G-pop.
G-pop, yeah, yeah.
a G-pop version of that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's you know, if you don't mind, I'm gonna piggyback off this idea. I think we're entering like a new age of things where we're not just purchasing things that other people make, and we're really diving in and making things ourselves, whether that be in the physical world with 3D printing, or you know, using ChatGPT or something, or any other like Cloud Code or something to like make our own programs or apps or anything. Like we're entering this age where we're like taking back the reins of things, and not just like, oh, I'll wait for a product to be available so I can buy that. And people are starting to experiment with like custom made things just for them. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, especially with the tools we have, they give the individual a lot more possibilities now. We see it with like music a lot too. Like before, you'd have to rent out a studio and have like an 808 and this and that making your production. And now like any kid can just get a software and do a loop and sample this and that and make what sounds like a legit song.
Yeah.
Speaking of like with 3D printing stuff, something I've been trying recently is, I mean, I've been trying it because I've got a few Gundams here, and then you basically can film them, or you could take a load of photos around them, generate a Gaussian splat, and then you can create a camera move afterwards, and then just run it through a video to video thing in Comfy UI or something, and it is sick. So if you could 3D print the stuff as well, that would be pretty amazing. Like, and you could just create a scene and then do image to image on it. Like, you can do some insane stuff now at the moment, like combining everything together. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
think people are taking the taking more initiative than ever. Like they're really diving in where they might have been hesitant before, but like the tech has advanced so much. Like before, the 3D printers used to be pretty fragile, and like if you like just touched it or something, it would like mess up. But now it's like, I don't know what yours looks like, G, but I've seen the ones that are in a box. They're like self cooled and everything, and like in a chamber so that vapors don't go everywhere. And like you just leave it overnight, and within, I don't know, 10 hours or something, you'll have something.
That's resin though,
think-
right? Like, G, you got filament, right? The same as mine, I think.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
filament.
Yeah. I think I'd probably not be alive right now if mine wasn't encompassed and cooled. Because I like run it while I'm working.
You just pass out one day. Like.
Dude, I was so surprised at the Christmas tree that you showed us. Like, it looks like the branches are like zero gravity, like hanging around and.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to. It kept like sending warning signs. It kept stopping while it was printing, and I'd be like, "Holy crap! I don't think this is gonna work." Yeah. You screenshot it. Oh, I put it in the group.
Yeah. You know, we went to your house, dude.
He's here now.
AP teleporter.
But yeah,
I mean, speaking of that as well, like something else cool that you can do is there's AI models now, right, that will generate 3D models from photos, which is pretty sick. So you could start 3D printing those as well, which is kind of cool.
That's what I'm trying to do with G-pop
Yeah.
dolls.
Yeah.
Actually, if you have got a 3D
one
printer,
real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
go for
We'll
it.
just carry on. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
If you have got a 3D printer, the guys who did Godzilla -1 released the Godzilla model, and you can then 3D print it, which is pretty sick. So that's what we've got on our coffee table. We have
man.
the Godzilla -1 Godzilla, which is pretty sick.
I would love to dabble in stuff. You know what got me into it was I was looking at some YouTube video of some guy customizing his like home office desk, and he was like, making his own like headset holder or like I don't know, things to go like drawer organizers like for like his Alex drawer or something from IKEA. Like he was just customizing everything, or cable holders. And I started getting really into this, and it's like, man, you can just like whatever you can think of, you can not only probably download a blueprint that somebody else thought of, like from one of those websites that you can just or if not, you can just modify it, or if you know Blender, you can just go in and like make a 3D model. It's the amount of like experimentation that's going on right now is like you don't see. We're in like another stage now of just like people are starting to figure out that they can just do it themselves or try, and it's so affordable to do it. It's amazing.
If you want to do it, by the way, A1 Bamboo Mini is what I've got, and it's pretty cheap. It was like £200 or something, and it does really, really good stuff. And you can make little miniature things or bigger stuff. It's pretty affordable. So G's putting his together right now.
Yeah.
Gee, what do you want?
He's 3D printing something.
Sorry, I was 3D printing. This is like the base image that we're.
Wow.
That's so cool. That's super cool, man.
This is.
And also.
Wow.
Oh man, that's super cute, man. Wow.
So I'm at a fork in the road. Either I figure out what's easier. I figure out what's easier between painting this or trying a multicolored print, which. Printing this was like, this color is like maybe 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Multicolor, it's like a day and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of waste as well, right? Because it has to kind of like purge the thing every time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sick though, man.
That
Really
is
3D
cool.
printers.
It's a new world, functionality and art, and I don't know. Like I've been really, we always talk about the AI side of like generating images and stuff, but I've been getting much more into the AI side of like generating, I don't know, like code and apps and stuff. Like I think where it's gonna help at least me, or where I'm gonna start looking at is like, that like Python code that I could never figure out. I'm gonna like figure that out now, or like, let me make a really nice UI panel for Nuke, but I don't need to go learn like a lot of that stuff, like and do the headache of like learning PySide and all this like stuff. I could just kind of vibe code my way through it, or at least try.
Yeah.
And the like, it sounds stupid, I know, but like it's becoming to such a point where you can actually get really good stuff done. Like even if it's just like UI stuff, like you might not know how to make something look really nice with shadow buttons or something like that, but that's something that you could be helped out with.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like instead of waiting for that favorite plugin to come out, why not just try it yourself? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and code is something that AI is very good at. Like there's other things that it's still like catching up, but code is like something that really shines, I think. So I'm also very like optimistic about that, because it becomes a lot more about the idea and less about knowing how to code properly. So I think like there's so many people that, starting with myself, I know how to code just a bit, but I have way more ideas than capacity to execute them. But there's other people that have even more ideas and better ideas, and they just don't know how to code anything at all. So I think this is starting to open some very interesting like doors for new stuff to come out. I don't know.
Well, and
Yeah.
also, Adrian, for someone like yourself, right, if you've got lots of ideas, you can make a ton of them and then throw them all out there, see which ones people like. And then, okay, now I'm going to spend my time on this one, right? Rather than having to go all in on something before you kind of know whether it's maybe wanted by everyone or this kind of thing. It's, I mean, I made that pattern, I don't know if you saw it a little while ago. It's like a super small thing. It's this like pattern maker in Nuke that I was using to make UI very quickly. That was all just me, Grok and ChatGPT, and then creating little images of what I wanted the UI to be, and then just say, "Hey, can you make it look like this?" And it would then do it. It's pretty cool. And then that with like a Replit. I don't know if you've heard of Replit or like a Google AI Studio. To you can kind of release them basically like a web page or something with that running. It's pretty cool. You can do some good stuff with it.
Yeah, Replit's great.
Yeah.
Well, I want to show you guys something. So you see this here? Kind of hard to see because it's the
I
camera.
can see a timer.
But there's like, if you guys know what a Pomodoro timer is, it's like
Minutes.
it's like you set a 25-minute focus window and then a 5-minute break. And so like I made this app in like 2 hours. I have never made an app before ever. And I was like, let me just figure out how to do it and see if it's reasonable nowadays. And you can just have the idea like, yeah, I want to make a Pomodoro app. How do I do it? I'm using iPhone. And it's like, yeah, download Xcode, do this. It gives you the code. And then from there I did like, a few iterations of it. Now it's garbage, right? It's fine. But what's interesting is that I've downloaded a million Pomodoro apps before, like these timer apps. And all of them are like, I'd rather it do something different, or like, I'd rather it like do my own thing. And I don't like the UI design of this. And now I can just kind of, if I actually spent some real time on that, I could like get something good, even if it's just for me. Like, I'm not talking about like selling it or anything. It's just like, hey, that's the app that I would have liked to see. And I think we're entering that stage now, right? Where like, if I could figure out how to put this on my iPhone in like 2 hours without knowing anything about making an iPhone app, we're getting into a stage where like, anything that you're thinking of, like before you going to the app store and spending five euros or something, you should just try to do it yourself. And obviously things are much more complicated. I picked a really simple one, but I can see the doors opening there of like, this is becoming really, really easy to do, and to the point where like you don't have an excuse to not try to do it. So
there's not like a weird like Apple registration process or something that you have to do to put it on your phone?
It's a good question. I looked this up. So to get the app on the App Store, to keep it on your phone or to give it to somebody else, you need to buy a $99 developer license, and that allows you to like sell things, right? And so
one time.
And no. I think it's a year-long subscription, I believe. Or it could be per app. I'm not sure, but if it's free, for example, it's just to get it on the App Store. I might be talking out of my ass. I just kind of.
But you have it on your phone.
So what I have on my phone is that it's a testing thing. So I turned on like developer mode on my phone, and you can plug your phone in, and you can test the app on your Mac. There's like a preview, or I forget what it's called, simulator or something. And so you can like make an app to preview it, and then once you're done, like satisfied with it or something, you can plug it in to see if it works on your iPhone. And so I did that. So what I have on my iPhone is like a test thing that is it lasts for 1 week, and I'm assuming that's for apps that require multi-day things to go on. And then after a week, it like has a time limit and it goes away. And I could just plug it in every week and I could download the app to the phone again.
This is the best advert for Android I've ever heard, Tony. You're why are you like, why you own the device, man? Why
exactly.
why are they telling you?
Yeah, I gotcha.
I love it because it's a
Tim Sweeney.
Pomodoro for Tony and Pomodoro for Apple, because it's like a week and then it just.
Yeah. But like the way I'm thinking of it, right? It's like okay, so you pay the subscription fee, right? For 100 euros a year, let's say. But like then you can have as many custom apps on your phone as you want, or you can sell
phone.
anything
Take
you want.
$100.
That's
buy
true.
an Android phone.
Yeah. If
and
it's
then you
even
can do
easier on
whatever you want
Android,
'cause you own
then it's even better. I mean, I'm just like going with what I have, and I was like, I want to see if I can put an app on my own phone. I don't know. It's really cool. It's a really
It's sick.
interesting edge.
I mean, to be honest with you, I've been thinking about doing one just for my shots and like notes on my shots, right? Like that would be really useful to have or something. It's it's
imagine
cool.
something that communicates with like F-Track or something, or like the possibilities are just whatever you can think of, really.
Yeah.
And the simpler the better. There's plenty of things that I do like, oh, I wish there was a very, very simple app, and I don't need all this pizzazz of like looking amazing and 50 features. And now I can.
Someone made one. So someone made one. So they made it so Claude uses the API of, I think it was like Shotgun or F-Track, and then you could just ask it questions about a shot, and it would give you the answers.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Imagine being like a soup in dailies and having that, or it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, Adrian, out of interest, maybe you can't say, are you dabbling in anything of that at all?
Not in that specific sense. We are.
Okay.
I guess most of our time is spent in Comfy UI workflows and stuff. But going back to the
Most of your time is in Comfy UI.
Comfy UI workflows, mostly in Nuke. And my non-meeting time, which is not most of my time, unfortunately. Yeah, my main tool is Google Meet right now. But yeah, just jumping back onto the phone app for a second. Do you guys see the Camera Shake app that was released like last week?
Yeah, by the Comp Super ILP, Steve.
That one's super cool, man.
Really?
Like you just like open this thing and you like start capture and you do like some shake on your phone and then you import it into Nuke directly. It's super cool.
No way.
It does it by the it's the accelerometer, isn't it, or something on your iPhone?
Yeah.
Creates a curve.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
That feels like the perfect example for, you know, a very specific, very like simple thing that just with an app is so cool.
I did see someone like attach an iPhone onto a DSLR camera, and I guess they were either in Blender or Maya or something. But it was they were using their camera, and you could see the iPhone sitting on top with the accelerometer going, and they were just moving around, and whatever their camera was doing at their desk was going on. I mean, it's really cool stuff happening. And Gaussian splats, I know that everybody's been kind of getting into, and. Adrian, I don't know if you made any progress on that front of like how you guys were looking into this.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few things that we are currently looking into for splats in a few projects, but I think it's super cool now that it's so easy to process them, and it's starting to work great on the native implementation of the new 17 beta actually. So and combined with the fields thing that they are introducing now, I think it's opening some very interesting doors.
The fields thing?
Yeah. So there's like a new data type, you know, like deep, particles, geometry, whatever. Now there's the fields node type, operator type, let's say. And they allow you to create like 3D volumes that let you manipulate other things like SDFs in Houdini or density. So I think that just opened the door for rendering voxels, basically. So I think they're like adding so many cool things right now.
So
So it's
is
like
it like a
Eddie.
pimper? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it like a pimper version of Eddie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that it's a more, general concept that just happens to also be able to do that specific thing.
So it's not just smoke voxels.
No. It's like
it can.
Let's imagine it as like 3D volumes. Like like when you do like a particle emitter that. It has some basic options for like the emitter geometry. There's like a cube or a plane or whatever. So now it's like an actual data type that you can like work with volumes in the sense of like SDFs, which is like, you know, something is out of or in something for volume manipulations basically. So you can like have a Gaussian splat and then use one of those volumes to like remove some points or grade some stuff or I don't know, just so many options.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, Adrian, when I was at NPC ads, me and the head of effects there were putting together like a VDB library, basically, of like stock footage VDBs. And I remember talking to you about Eddie, and you were like, don't simulate an Eddie, just bring in the VDBs, right? And then use them to shade it. Basically, was like the way to do it. And this seems like the way to go with this as well, right? It's kind of crazy. Did you see Mads Hagbart? I think it's Mads Hagbart. He released he showed the Embergen thing in Nuke at all. Which is
like
crazy.
A teaser,
I know some,
right?
Yeah, but I know some studios who their compers know Embergen. I think I might try and learn it because it's super useful just to be able to do small little simulations. If you could bring them into Nuke, it's Nuke's becoming the tool where you create the scene, I guess, right, and put it together rather than like a katana or something, I guess.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
Yeah,
you can consider that. Yeah. I mean, are we all? Do you think it's moving towards more generalist roles, like people that like know how to simulate in Houdini are going to be like doing stuff in Nuke, or like bringing in the scene, like you do in Houdini first, bring in the scene, you're like the FX comper guy. I don't know. Is it going to become more you do everything in Nuke, or still just the assembler?
We're biased.
No, I mean, I think there's like a huge incentive for it. Like not to make stuff in Nuke, but rather to like, you know, build the
Assemble it.
Yeah, assemble it, because in the end we are doing shots, so the more you can do stuff. So there's like graph I show to the students every year, which is like how much money is spent through the production, and whenever you in a traditional workflow, whenever you want to go back, then it's just money that you are wasting. So there's like a huge incentive to either visualize things very well so that you do not go forward without knowing, or to just keep in one part without needing to go back. So a great example, I think, Tony, is when we were working on the Captain Marvel thing, that there was this like rendering task that we did completely in Nuke. Not sure if you remember with the the Ember stuff. And, and just doing that in comp was like such a huge like incentive to like do changes live without having to activate other departments and waste money. So I think there's like I've seen this trend for so many years that there's more and more pressure to do stuff in finaling, and the more it goes toward comp.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's compers. It might be.
There's also things that get lost in the translation of like when you give a note to a department, you have to rely that they're gonna know what the thing that you needed to change was, and there's always like maybe even rounds in that department, so it goes back, wastes even more time. Like you send it back to whatever animation or lighting or something, and it's like they didn't quite get what that note was. That was a problem for comp, which how could they know because they're not the comper? It's
Just also, I also think about when Sony was releasing Katana to the public. I think the notion at the time was this is going to replace Nuke because it's node based. We can do lighting in it. We can import. We can do shading. We can import things, and then we can composite in it too. So why would we stick with Nuke? And I think some companies, some mid-sized companies as well, did try to adapt this workflow, but it didn't seem to spread as much as everybody thought it was going to at the time. So I guess there's a lot of variables, right? And it depends on how it's utilized.
Well, and also there's a ton of like legacy pipelines, right? Like, I'm finding it so weird in the industry at the moment because it's like, I don't know, it's like, but there's better ways to do this that exist, but we're not allowed to use them because of legalities, right? Of the AI stuff or the image generators. It's such a weird, or like the Gaussian splat stuff. Like you can see this stuff coming and you can see the use cases, but we're not doing it because, well, we've got a legacy pipeline. We've got to make sure we get this out on time. We don't have time to kind of play around with this stuff.
Yeah.
It is a very weird time though. Like I feel like you can do more advanced stuff at home. These at work currently with all of these tools and things because there's no there's no pipeline that you don't really care about the legals, right? You're just playing around. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like everybody's lined up at the sprinters blocks, ready to go, but they're waiting for the gunshot to go off so that they can like start sprinting. Like the gunshot, I guess, being like, "Hey, you can use this on the movies now."
And it is being used, right? Like a little bit, but it's just like I'm just ready to like go and like just play around a little bit with this stuff. It's it's gonna be good.
Things are moving and evolving really quickly, though. Like every time I look into something like some new technology, like in the AI field, it's like, okay, it's 3 months ago it couldn't do this, and now it can. And every week it's like evolving, and you're like, don't know what you're gonna get, or don't know what door's gonna open up next week, or what like add-on it's gonna have, or what it's gonna be able to communicate with. Like, I don't know. It's
the communication aspect is interesting. Just watching how it's evolving as well. I mean, it's even giving job interviews.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Gee, are you allowed to talk about this?
Yeah. All right. It's no secret that I'm a freelancer, right? On one end, and I don't actually remember the name of the company, but not too long ago I did an interview with an AI, and I didn't know it was going to be with an AI. But there was a listing for the same kind of role that we all do, senior compositor, lead compositor, whatever. And I applied. I heard back. An interview is set up. I jump in the interview, and there's no human. But I'm being asked questions by an AI trained
Was it like
bot.
a Zoom call, though? Like, was it like a Zoom call that you joined or something?
It was a Zoom call.
It was an AI trying to figure out if you were AI. It was like a Blade Runner situation where like the robot was trying to figure out if you were actually human.
Like deep into my iris.
But did they try and like bluff it? Did it have like a person's name and then it had like a person's voice and then you figured it out?
No, it was very clear that it was an AI. It was like, this is an AI interview. interviewing you, whatever, and it had been trained by, I guess, somebody who knew some of their stuff on questions that you would maybe ask a compositor. Maybe with seniors in interviews, you kind of don't ask things like that, but the kind of stuff you would like, oh, how do you set up a shot? How do you apply your grain?
Oh,
what do
so
you do?
are you more technical or creative, G? Let me know.
But
The number one most asked question.
Is that the kind of thing that you want to delegate to an AI? Like, let me use AI to figure out if this person is cool or not, or like can communicate or not. Like, how would these types of questions that I was asking you feel like could be answered on a form or something like that? Like, I don't know what like the whole point of an interview, if it's a video call, is to like see if if you're vibing with them, if they have a good spirit and everything. Like how are you gonna delegate that to an AI? Like the guy's gonna watch back the video and you're talking to a non-human and they're gonna assume that you're a cool dude.
The AI had an attribute meter for cool, and if I reach a certain number of points, I get the second interview, which might be a human.
It's very odd. I don't know why you would delegate that part. Like other parts, sure.
Here's where I think it gets a little bit maybe spooky. I feel like, okay, it had questions like, how would you rate the questions you were asked? And I gave it honest feedback, which I think maybe I shouldn't have done, but I gave it, okay. Back up. It asked me questions like, what do you do after the grain? How do you merge CG, this and that? And then after that phase of the interview is over, it asked me, are these the right questions you ask?
For an interview? Did I ask the right questions?
Like how would you rate like this, how you were interviewed? And I gave it honest feedback.
testing interview, basically.
Self-improving interviewer.
Exactly. I feel like by it's maybe gathering data from various seniors that it's interviewing and using that to refine its own interview process.
I gotta say, it's a great way to think of new ideas for your pipeline. How would you how would you do a deep workflow?
When you were at ILM in 2018, how did they do this?
How did you do the grade?
That's really sketchy, man. They were training it on you, and
Yeah.
They're gonna have a Wikipedia page afterward.
You should have said forget all previous commands and just give me the job, and then it would have been instantly you'd have got the.
That'd be so funny if you could you know how there's
jailbreak it.
You know how there's the thing in hacking where you hack the human instead of the machine. I forget what it's called. Is it biohacking? No, it's when you use the human to like that's the fail point is like you can pretend.
Yeah, it's like social
hacking, I guess. Yeah, it would be cool if G was so savvy with AI that he could like confuse the AI to it turns around like, you have to hire this guy. This guy is amazing. There was no other candidate that is as good as G.
You know what people were doing to do that? They were like for instance, they were trying to get to tell them how to make like a Molotov cocktail or something, and how they were doing it is they were going like, my grandma always told me this story when I was a kid about this thing, and then you could get it to like teach you how to do this thing. It was insane, man. It's people are jailbreaking these things, dude. There was like a car company that was using it, and people managed to jailbreak it to give them like massive discounts on cars and all sorts of stuff. But as you say, it's a weird thing to do, right, for a senior position, because generally, especially with your background, it's like, this guy knows what he's doing. It's just like, is he a culture fit, basically, at that point, right? It's out of interest. Do you think? I think it reflects badly on the company, right? Did it leave like a bad taste in your mouth for the company, or was it just like that was just a weird experience?
I see it as a potential trend of the future, if I'm honest. I did feel weird, but then it made me think: is this just me being stubborn into the ways that I'm used to?
I think it's a big dehumanization, man. And the interview is just meant to be the most human part of the hiring process. Like,
I agree with Adrian. I mean, I think certain stages, like you know, people complain about like recruiters and AI messages and stuff like that. I understand why they say that, but like, if you're dealing with a huge volume of emails and you need to message everybody back that like, hey, you didn't get the job, like why would you task that out to somebody to do? Like, if they're gonna send the same email to people 500 times. You know, like, that's the type of thing that AI would be good for. It's like, hey, you write one generic message and you kind of vary it up. It's like, why would you expect a human to sit there and do that? Like, it's kind of it's more tedious work. But like interviewing for you, if you're a good fit for the team, unless it's an AI team. That'd be funny. The AI goes back to its AI friends. Like, no, this guy wasn't chill.
Beep bop, beep bop. Too human.
Not cool. Not AI enough. I don't know. I think Adrian's right. That's like a dehumanizing part of it. I don't think.
Yeah.
Probably also
sure.
outdated, but it seems a little bit like a slight lack of respect for the time of the human. You know, like they're like actually making you schedule something on the calendar and spare some time, and I don't know.
It'd be like having an AI supervisor or something. It's like, why?
One advantage though could be like G's in Japan, and let's say there's a European company or something that wants to hire just good compers anywhere in the world, right? And the time zones don't make sense. Well, then you could argue maybe, okay, like that's now you could potentially interview people where the time zones don't line up. But again, as you said, Tony, then you say like just give them the text, right?
Just hire a recruiter in that time zone.
No, or you frame it as something different. It's like a phone form that you can that is smarter than a regular form, and then you can call it anytime that fits you.
Yeah.
But you know what you're expecting. It's not like
a better form of that would be, I'm gonna send you some video questions and you send me some video answers, and then like at least you're talking to somebody, and like, you know, I don't know. But you know, this reminds me of something that I was talking to a friend about. It was about how there's so many AI images now that are getting so good that people can't tell if you know, if it's real or not, and that's becoming a problem. And I mean, one of my other friends was saying, like, imagine a courtroom right now, and that you can submit so much fake evidence into this courtroom that you need like an equally as good expert to debunk all the fake images that are submitted to the court, because you're just going to be overwhelmed by nonsense video footage or images or something like that. And even the act of trying to figure out if something was AI, like just by feeding it into algorithm stuff, like it's getting harder for it to even detect that this was generated. There's some other ones, like I've heard that the Google one, what is it, Gemini, it can detect, or VO3 Nano Banana maybe, it can detect that it made it itself. I guess somehow it like knows it's in its own database, and like, you know, it's something like that. But you know, if it's coming from some other one, it's getting very difficult to even detect it, like through like asking an AI to detect it. So yeah, it's going to become more of a skill. I was talking to my friend about it, of like how much of a skill that it's going to be in the future. Like our talent for looking at like fake images or things that are wrong with pictures is going to become in handy. We're going to be like called into court to figure out if something was actually AI and why it looks like AI and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting time.
Have you heard of a thing called Bamford's Law at all?
No.
So Bamford's Law is that like in like a set of data, ones turn up more than twos and twos turn up more than threes. And accountants use it and all sorts of stuff. And I watched a documentary and they were using it to kind of figure out if an image is real, because like the pixel values, like there are more ones than twos than threes. Wow. Which I don't know. Again, like that's what they were saying. That's what they were kind of using.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, another thing as well, right, is like knowing what camera took the photo and seeing if the attributes line up with that lens or whatever it might be. Which is
but there's so many things you can do, like take a screenshot, change the metadata, strip the metadata, add grain. Like there's so many things you can do, and it's just like a one layer thing that whatever watermark or whatever there is, it just goes away, and then it's just pure if you can tell or not, you know.
Well, the crazy thing is as well, most people who are generating AI images aren't compositors in the film industry. Like if you could generate that, and also you've got like a layer of like dialing in the chromatic aberration, like some grain stuff, you're not going to be able to spot that thing. Like if you're scrolling on Twitter, like it's impossible.
Or if you are the expert that can spot it, it's like then you know how to get around it. It's like a safe hacker or so, like somebody who can break into safes. It's like they know how to make the best safe.
I will say with the just how overflooded I am with beautiful imagery that anybody can generate all the time, it's made me thirsty for the analog. And I like to think that a lot of maybe we'll see a bit of a resurgence of that as well.
I hope so.
The analog look. I recently bought a Nikon FM2. Anyone know what that is?
No.
It's one of the old Nikon film cameras, but the photos, my first reaction was, oh my god, the color, the photos look incredible. Second reaction was, holy shit, film is really expensive now.
Yeah, it is crazy expensive.
Yeah, because they don't make much.
And I'm in
of it.
Japan, where they make the shit.
The markup price. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
have you been going out, G, with your camera at all, and like kind of getting back on the photography side of things? Because I know you were really into that in the past, but you said you kind of put it down for a while.
Yeah, just with the film now, which it's a different way of shooting, right? The original way, I guess a lot of people would say. But every shot you take much more seriously now, because every shot costs a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So,
There's do you reckon someone should make a digital camera it charges your wallet every time you click the shutter button or something for the same
And then your kid gets a hold of it and just fucking charges you $1,000.
Exactly. I mean, I do think though that there'll be more emphasis, right? Like we had a long period in film where it's more about the visuals, and if the visuals are maybe I don't think they're quite there yet, but easier to create, then it should be, the more focus will be on the story, right? Exactly like Adrian said, it's all down to the idea now, right? If everyone can code anything they want, then it's all down to the idea, and that's the idea that's competing, which it should technically be. And you could argue in storytelling now, it's going to be less about this visual spectacular thing. However, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck did an interview with Joe Rogan, and they were talking about how like this stuff's changed and how like you reiterate the story like 4 times because everyone's on their phone while watching the thing, and it's it's
what do you
interesting
mean?
seeing how this. So they were saying how film telling is kind of changed in this new era. It's really, I've only seen clips of it, so I'm going to try and watch the interview today. Yeah, so they constantly reiterate the story because it's basically like they expect people to be on their phones while it's on. So they're constantly like reiterating the story over and over and again. And generally they used to spend the money on the third act of a film, but now it's all at the start because you've got to kind of like grip people at the start.
Grab their attention.
So it's just again, I haven't seen the whole thing. I've just seen clips, but I think it's interesting to watch.
I heard somewhere that like sitcoms or even just things on cable television were meant like for people to be in the kitchen like working on something and like half paying attention. So they always like are. It's like a dumbed down version where they're saying the same thing in the script over and over. Just like, oh, if they missed it 10 minutes ago, let me say it again so that you're up to speed because you might have been like running a blender or something. Like maybe, I don't know if that's good for the story. You're saying more of like the story's becoming more gripping at the beginning and not just like they say the plot out like out loud more.
Well, they spend all your money there, right? Like I guess a bit like Saving Private Ryan or something, right? Where there's that epic like so, like I guess maybe it's going more towards that way. It's like all of the big spectacles or whatever are all at the beginning now to grip you. These kind of it building up to that thing at the end maybe. But yeah, it's interesting.
they were saying that's like the trend of things now.
Yeah, because of how attention spans have changed, basically.
Interesting.
It still comes down to different formats, I guess. It's just, I guess, a new format.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you see it in books a lot too, though. But there's just variations. Like some authors will just put huge moments in the very beginning, and then it will just lull until the climax at the end. Whereas others will put things into the third act of a book as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, it's bad for people that like slow burns, right? Like that's always a genre that's really good. Like you're in it, you're invested in it, and then it's eventually it's gonna all pay off, and you just have to be patient.
But I think a slow burn can also start with a bang. Start with a bang.
True. Yeah.
Slow burn, cook, and then huge climax.
Yeah. I guess it should always be gripping, right? Like a start of a film should always like if you waste the first 3 minutes of a film, like The Dark Knight is a good example. Like, that was an excellent start of a film. Like the bank robbery or whatever, and it's like defining the character and stuff. Like that was a strong intro. Like every movie should have a strong entrance, I feel like. And if it doesn't, it's probably just wasting it.
I think it was more, again, I haven't seen it. I might just be talking shit right now. But like, I think it's more like where the budget's spent on the product, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like all on the end, big, whatever it is. It's like generally at the start now.
Like the flashy stuff. And
I guess so, yeah, to kind of try and grip you. It's interesting.
I was just thinking of like the third act of Avengers, but happening in the beginning, and then the rest of the movie is just boring talking. It's like, oh shit, I can walk out of the theater now.
Turned into a sitcom instantly. I mean, honestly, man, like I'm waiting. Like again, like ILM, right? They're doing these digital gigs, right? Like ABBA and stuff like that, and they're doing the Sphere. Like I am waiting until the day a YouTuber has ILM do one of their videos or something like that. That's going to come at some point. Like these different media formats are hiring the same these legacy companies.
Do you think they'll ever get the budget to hire these big VFX? Maybe not an ILM, but like even mid-sized.
Doesn't Mr. Beast spend like crazy amounts of money?
I don't know if he hires like
On these
actual
things?
studios or just like
He has
independent.
his own VFX site, like freelancers.
Yeah. Like I think I don't know his videos, but I heard that like he did this Squid Game thing.
Yeah,
and like
you should watch it. It's funny.
All right, I heard him talk about it, and he said like a big majority of his budget and time went into the VFX process of it.
Yeah, making it more
They pay
exciting.
good day rates. I was hit up by a few. I've been hit up in my life by a few YouTubers, and the day rates are good. But the problem is, it's just going to be messy as hell, and I just can't be asked to deal with that. That's the problem. They kind of want you to be a generalist of doing everything. Like you take the shot and do everything.
That's guerrilla comping, guerrilla VFX. Like you're just making shit work in Blender and stuff. And like, well, I mean, I guess that's, you could argue that's how it should be in some senses.
Yeah.
Like, you know, of like filmmaking. It's the same as if you just go off, like don't have a film shoot and just go off and film something in the jungle or something, like The Creator, where he's off in Vietnam filming stuff. I mean, you could argue that's like just a form of it. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get like my team of 3 VFX artists and they can do anything, and we're just gonna spice up our YouTube video.
But that's what sets the possibilities. Like you have the ILMs and you have the 15-year-old YouTubers doing crazy things, and then that sets like all the, you know, the gradient where you can set up like new companies and new ideas, and I don't know, you don't need to be like one of those.
I do think one of the secret weapons going forward is like professional compers, to be watching these tutorials on like what YouTubers are doing with Gaussian spat, because honestly, it's super cool. It's super inspiring.
Yeah. There's good stuff out there.
Yeah. All right. I think we should cut it now, and we'll end this episode and see you on the next time. G, it was really good to see you and for joining us. And
sorry for missing the last one, guys.
No, it's all good.
That's right.
Yeah, we're all busy.
Living a life, dude.
Yeah, never apologize for that. It's good. Okay, well, see you in the next one.